So thank you for taking the time to find out more about how we can help you implement your ISO 14001 management system. This video is all about the 14001-2015 environmental management system. In a nutshell, a 14001 management system provides a framework for organisations to establish, implement, maintain and improve an environmental management system, enhancing their environmental performance and compliance with regulations. ISO 14001 can help businesses in a lot of ways. One is improving resource efficiency, so streamlining processes to use resources more efficiently can lower utility bills and reduce the overall environmental footprint of the business. Boosting market opportunities and reputation. This is about demonstrating a commitment to environmental responsibility, which can attract the eco-conscious customer, improve public perception, and open up new market opportunities. Enhancing compliance and reducing legal risks. That's about adhering to environmental regulations and standards, which helps avoid fines, penalties, and legal costs associated with non-compliance. And then there's reducing waste and costs. Implementing efficient waste management practices can lead to significant cost savings by minimising waste disposal fees and reducing raw material consumption. Now, you may already have a good idea about what needs to be addressed in your environmental management system. If not, and you're curious, you can always take advantage of our free gap analysis. Yes, there are a lot of things to consider, and no, it isn't easy, but then nothing worthwhile ever is. What a management system is trying to do is build a structure so your business can, in essence, run itself from an environmental point of view with some targeted maintenance. You can then get on with the job of growing it. Our environmental policy template is designed to comply with the requirements of ISO 14001, providing a solid foundation for any organisation to develop its own policy. The template includes all the essential elements outlined in the 14001 standard, such as a commitment to environmental management, continual improvement, compliance with relevant regulations, and setting and reviewing environmental objectives and targets. To make this template applicable to your organisation, you just need to customise a few details. By adding these unique elements, you ensure that the environmental policy is not only compliant with 14001, but also relevant and effective for your organisation's specific context. Then there's a series of registers which we're going to look at now, but please bear in mind we'll be helping you with all those things, so don't get too worried. The first thing to look at is a context analysis, a context assessment. Now, a SWOT and PESTLE analysis together perform a comprehensive understanding of an organisation's internal and external issues, as well as stakeholder expectations, which is about framing the context in which it operates. The SWOT analysis examines internal strengths and weaknesses and external opportunities and threats, while the PESTLE analysis looks at external political, economic, social, technological, legal and environmental factors. By integrating these insights, an organisation can strategically align its capabilities and resources with its external conditions, ensuring it meets its stakeholder expectations and effectively navigates through its operational environment. It's important to bear in mind that ISO 14001 is a risk-based standard because it emphasises the identification, assessment and management of environmental risks and opportunities throughout an organisation's operations. By integrating risk management into the environmental management system, it ensures that potential environmental impacts are systematically addressed, allowing businesses to proactively mitigate adverse effects and enhance positive outcomes. This approach helps organisations prioritise their environmental efforts, improve regulatory compliance and foster continual improvement, ultimately leading to more sustainable and resilient operations. Now, your risks and opportunities register is where you identify the biggest risks to your company and you build objectives around these to make sure these risks are addressed and turn them into opportunities to improve your business. In implementing 14001, A company evaluates potential environmental impacts of its activities, products and services, considering legal compliance, operational practices that may cause harm, emergency situations like spills or accidents, and stakeholder concerns about environmental performance. This ensures that the company focuses on the most critical areas, enhancing overall environmental management and performance. Now, your Aspects and Impacts Register is crucial in ISO 14001 as it defines and evaluates the environmental aspects and their associated impacts arising from the organisation's activities, products or services. This register helps prioritise significant environmental aspects, guiding the implementation of effective controls and improvement measures. It works by systematically listing all environmental aspects, assessing their potential impacts, and determining their significance based on criteria such as severity, frequency, and legal requirements. This process ensures that the organisation proactively manages its environmental footprint, complies with regulations, and continually improves its environmental performance. Then we come on to legal register. Now, you need to look at all of your work activities and identify which legislation or regulations apply to your business from an environmental point of view. To say how they apply to your activities and what you're doing in order to comply with the legislation. If you're not complying with it, or maybe only in part or not particularly effectively, then what control measures do you have in place or need to put in place in order to remedy this situation? This could be in terms of work instructions, additional equipment, additional training, for example. Then allocating roles and responsibilities. This is essential for effectively implementing a 14001 management system, as it ensures accountability, facilitates coordination, and enhances communication within the organisation. Clear roles prevent overlaps and gaps, support compliance with the standard, and aid in continuous improvement by making it easier to monitor performance and implement corrective actions. Now, document management is crucial when implementing 14001 because it ensures that all processes, procedures and records are accurately maintained, easily accessible and consistently updated. Proper document management helps maintain clarity and consistency across the organisation, supports compliance with the standards requirements, and provides a reliable basis for audits and reviews. It also facilitates effective communication, training and knowledge sharing among employees, contributing to the overall efficiency and continuous improvement of the environmental management system. Now, we still believe in an organisation having a manual, even though this is not a requirement under the standard. A good manual is a vital tool when referred to properly throughout an organisation. They show exactly how you plan to conform to the standard, give you guidance on improving processes, and make audits easier, both internal and external, as it shows how you're complying with each clause of the standard. Our management system manual template helps organisations demonstrate 14001 compliance by clearly linking to all relevant management system documents and using AI prompts in key areas. This approach not only provides a clear roadmap for maintaining compliance, but also enhances the efficiency and effectiveness of the documentation process, making it easier for organisations to manage and demonstrate their adherence to the standard. Now, non-conformances are common to all standards, although they differ in their application for each one. An example of an environmental non-conformance could involve a manufacturing plant accidentally discharging untreated wastewater into a nearby river, violating environmental regulations and potentially harming local ecosystems. The immediate corrective action would involve halting the discharge immediately and containing the spill to prevent further contamination. It would also be necessary to report the incident to relevant environmental authorities as required by law. To address the root cause, the company would conduct a thorough investigation to determine the cause of the discharge, involving a review of maintenance records, equipment logs, and interviews with staff. The analysis might reveal that the root cause was a failure in the wastewater treatment system due to a neglected maintenance schedule. Preventative action would be then to focus on developing and implementing a robust maintenance schedule for the wastewater treatment system, along with providing additional training for staff on the importance of equipment maintenance and emergency response procedures. Installing automated monitoring systems to detect potential failures in the wastewater treatment process early would further enhance prevention efforts. To verify the effectiveness of these measures, the organisation would conduct regular internal audits to ensure the new maintenance schedule is being followed and the system is functioning correctly. Regular water quality tests at the discharge point would be performed to ensure compliance with environmental standards. Additionally, the organisation would review and update the corrective and preventative measures periodically to address any new risks or changes in regulations. By following these steps, the organisation ensures that the non-conformance is addressed promptly and effectively, preventing future occurrences and minimising environmental impact. Now, internal audits are a very important element for all standards. You should undertake a cycle of internal audits for your chosen standards annually, as well as doing compliance audits for 14001. You need to create an audit schedule to show when and which audits you'll be undertaking and stick to this schedule. You should also have a person competent in undertaking these audits. Internal audits are crucial when implementing 14001 because they provide an objective evaluation of an organisation's environmental management system, ensuring compliance with the standards requirements and identifying areas for improvement. Through regular audits, organisations can detect non-conformances, verify the effectiveness of corrective and preventative actions, and ensure that environmental policies and procedures are being followed. This continuous monitoring and evaluation helps maintain regulatory compliance, enhance environmental performance, and supports the ongoing commitment to environmental sustainability and improvement that 14001 demands. Now, change management is addressed in 14001 under clause 614, which deals with planning action to address risks and opportunities. This clause emphasises the need for organisations to manage changes that can affect the environmental management system, ensuring that such changes are controlled and coordinated to prevent negative environmental impacts. Effective change management within the context of 14001 involves identifying potential environmental risks associated with changes, planning and implementing necessary actions, and reviewing the effectiveness of these actions to maintain and improve environmental performance. Awareness of 14001 within an organisation is crucial because it ensures that all employees understand the importance of the environmental management system, their roles in maintaining it, and how it impacts their work and the organisation's success. This collective understanding fosters an environmentally focused culture, enhances employee engagement, and promotes consistent adherence to environmental standards and procedures. Now, to support this, we provide a comprehensive awareness template that includes key information about 14001, its benefits and employee responsibilities. The template can be customised to fit the specific needs of the organisation and includes sections for training materials, communication plans and feedback mechanisms. This helps ensure that all staff are well informed, properly trained and motivated to contribute to the effective implementation and maintenance of the management system. Training and competency are essential when implementing 14001 because they ensure that all employees understand their roles and responsibilities within the environmental management system. They can effectively carry out environmental policies and procedures and are aware of the environmental impacts of these activities. Proper training enhances employees' ability to identify and mitigate environmental risks, ensures compliance with legal and regulatory requirements, and fosters a culture of continuous improvement in environmental performance, all of which are critical for the successful implementation and maintenance of the 14001 standard. Now, we use competency matrices to help organisations evaluate and develop employee capabilities. A simple competency matrix lists required skills and tracks their validity, But for more complex needs, we offer a detailed matrix which, for example, categorises and ranks the competency levels of individuals and the processes they're involved in. Whichever one you choose, a competency matrix allows organisations to precisely assess where each employee stands in their competency journey, identifies training needs, and plans professional development activities accordingly. Using such matrices ensures that all team members are well equipped to fulfil their roles within the environmental management system, leading to improved environmental outcomes and continuous improvement. Now, when taking on new suppliers, you need to vet them, and we'll devise an appropriate questionnaire based on their environmental risk as a supplier. Then, at least annually, you need to assess their performance. So we provide you with a supplier list template where you put in your suppliers, then simply use a drop-down box system to score them according to your supplier management procedure. The score they get will determine what you do with them. So, for example, if they score very low, you have a number of options such as review past performance, or discuss and arrange with the supplier, or corrective actions requested of the supplier, or audits could be requested, or an on-site visit by you. Ultimately, if you decide to, a supplier may be removed from the approved supplier list if, for example, corrective actions are not answered promptly, their performance levels fall below what you deem acceptable, you choose to change suppliers, or they fail to complete a supplier evaluation survey. This is all about supplier management in action. Then we come on to management review. A management review needs to be undertaken when implementing 14001 to ensure the ongoing sustainability, adequacy and effectiveness of the environmental management system. This review allows top management to evaluate the performance of the management system, make informed decisions for improvement, and ensure that the organisation remains compliant with environmental regulations and standards. The agenda for a management review should address several key areas, including the status of actions from previous management reviews and changes in external and internal issues relevant to the environmental management system. It should also cover the extent to which environmental objectives and targets have been met and provide information on the environmental performance of the organisation, including trends in non-conformities and corrective actions, monitoring and measuring results, and compliance with legal and other requirements. Additionally, the review should assess the effectiveness of actions taken to address risks and opportunities and identify opportunities for continual improvement. It should evaluate the adequacy of resources and training and consider any recommendations for improvement. By considering these areas, the management review ensures that the environmental management system remains effective, efficient, and aligned with the organisation's strategic direction and environmental goals. Now, the certification cycle is a 3-year programme which starts with the Stage 1 audit. Your auditor investigates whether or not you've successfully managed to comply with the proposed scope and the targets that you've set for your company. While this may show up some weaknesses and areas for improvement, this process is designed to be constructive, preparing you for the Stage 2 audit. Typically around a month later, you'll have your Stage 2 audit. This confirms that your processes and systems are free from non-conformities. Again, your auditor will evaluate your performance and efficiency and make the recommendations for certification. Now, there still may be a need to address non-conformities following this audit, but it's usually at this point you get your ISO certification. The following 2 years will see annual surveillance audits by the certification body. During these, all the elements covered in the Stage 2 audit are reassessed with a view to ensuring that all the original systems and processes are operating as specified and producing the correct outcomes. Following these 2 years of surveillance audits, you'll then get a recertification audit. Your ISO certificate is valid for 3 years after its initial issue. Recertification requires you to undergo an audit similar to the initial auditing process without the need for a Stage 1 audit. So it's important to realise that each one of these annual events incurs a cost with the certification body, usually on a day rate basis. On the subject of this cost, you can always check out our free cost benefit analysis tool to give you a good idea of whether getting ISO 9001 will be worth it for you. Now, we use a Dropbox system to deliver all of our documentation to you, which will have been personalised to your company. These are separated out into a simple folder structure. With Dropbox, all documents can be edited within the system and saved directly without the need for you to have your own Dropbox account. In addition, we provide useful tools which you can use for your management system, and we're always adding to it. We also provide free legal updates as part of our monthly newsletter, so make sure you sign up to this. Our Dropbox solution is a conscious decision by us as a way of working. There's a plethora of compliance software on the market, but it all has the same issues. It relies on you to update it, and this either remains on a bespoke platform which is used by only a few people, or you constantly have to download a document, edit it, then re-upload it, and all this takes far too much time. Our Dropbox system allows you to edit Office documents right in the folder, letting you share them amongst colleagues whenever you want. Now, hopefully you're convinced about going for your 14001 certificate, and even more convinced that we're the ones best placed for you to get there. If not, there's a few other things you might want to consider. Our package includes a fair usage approach to support, ensuring that we provide comprehensive assistance tailored to your preferences. We offer unlimited help through email, video conference or phone calls, allowing you to choose the communication method that best suits your needs. Additionally, you can access support through our network using Mighty Networks, a platform that facilitates collaboration and community interaction. This flexible and accessible support system ensures you receive the guidance and assistance necessary to effectively implement and maintain your 14001 management system. So thank you for listening, and we sincerely hope that we're going to be working with you very soon.